West here again, HawaiiRealEstate.org. If you're new to the channel, I'm all about teaching you everything you need to know about Hawaii and its real estate, but you just can't always find in the listing. And I'd like to welcome you to yet another live edition. These are completely unscripted, 100% live. I have no idea what's going to happen, and actually I have no idea what I'm going to say. So that's kind of dangerous. But if you're here looking for the latest travel update, Mayor Victorino, this is breaking news. I will put a link in the description. Just announced that he will be going along with the Trans-Pacific COVID testing program that the state is pushing. So he, just to get you caught up, he had requested an additional test, if you will, for people coming to Maui, a second test, and the state has said, we don't want to do that. So he is moving forward with allowing travelers to come here with a negative COVID test. That's pretty big news. He also requested that the inner island quarantine be lifted for people coming from Molokai or Lanai. However, if you do come here, I think once you get to your island, you can't go to another island. You will have to quarantine for 14 days if you go to another neighboring island. But if you land on Oahu, then you can come to Maui, if that's your final destination, with the negative COVID test within 72 hours. So I will put a link in the description with the latest information, but that just came out. I have heard rumor that Kauai and Big Island don't want to cooperate, but I know that Mayor Victorino said he will go along with the travel plan. So as of today, thumbs up for Maui. So what do we have going on here today? Where are we at? We're at Baby Beach. And why are we at Baby Beach? Well, because Baby Beach is awesome, number one, and number two, one of my audience members requested that I go check this place out. So I'm gonna do a tour. I've got my trusty kids one wheel right here, and we're gonna do a little tour around the neighborhood, around the area, and a little walk on the beach, which will be fun. I just wanted to show you a Maui style dryer. This is how we dry clothes in Maui, right? Lahaina Luna, thumbs up. And over here to my right is the very picturesque Maalaea ramp. You've probably seen this in a number of beautiful images and photos, usually taken from underneath, looking that direction. But this is Maalaea ramp. Thumbs up if you've ever done a dive here or gone snorkeling. A lot of the snorkel boats will actually anchor right out there by the ramp. This was destroyed, I believe, during a Niki. If I'm wrong on that, let me know. But a big wave I heard came and just blew it out. That's what I understand. But at any rate, this is the place where a lot of boats are launched right here. This is still an active boat launch. And we actually call this area here between Lahaina, the west side of Maui, and over there is Lanai. We call this the playground, where a lot of people do that have boats. They call it the playground because it's one of the few places in Hawaii that you can actually take out a smaller craft, you know, like 19, 20, 21 foot, you know, runabout, and actually go out there and have some fun, because a lot of times these are very calm seas, and that's unusual. Most of Hawaii, you know, you can't rent a sailboat here. You can't do that stuff because it's serious seas here, serious wind. But this area between Lahaina and Lanai we call the playground, and it's just an awesome place to have a boat. So that's one thing I like to point out. You know, by the way, if you're new to the channel, I'm a real estate agent here in Hawaii, and one of the things I like to point out to people is things that make Maui unique and why it's Maui no Kaoi, and that's one of the things that I like to point out. So right now you're seeing a very rare occurrence. If you can see it in the camera, Maalaea is breaking, which is an amazing left wave. There's like 3 guys out there, 4 guys. Man, I'm telling you, they scored because they've got the whole thing to themselves. When it's really big, it's almost like an Indonesian kind of wave. It just, you know, just kind of barrels and just rips to the left. And I just texted my kids to let them know it's breaking. And one of the things I'm really digging about making these videos is I'm going to a lot of places that I maybe wouldn't go. I'd just be sitting in my office, you know, working away. But I'm kind of rediscovering some of these places, you know. It's kind of neat. And I also don't know what's going to happen when I get to these places, so it's kind of exciting. If you watched the video last night, Moses was playing the harp for us, and that was kind of cool. So who knows what we're going to run into on this little visit. But I wanted to show you Baby Beach right here. Another thing that makes Maui unique is we have so much access to public beach, white sandy beach that you can pull up to. Nice big parking area right here. And Baby Beach, thumbs up if you love it. Is just a fantastic place to bring your kids. Why is it called Baby Beach? Because it has this reef that's out here, and so it catches and breaks all the energy from the waves, and you just end up with a very calm area on the inside of the reef. And so it's a great place for, you know, babies and little kids to come play, and it's a safe beach. So anyway, let's just go for a quick spin on the one wheel, and I'll show you guys around a little bit. And you know, part of the purpose of these videos is twofold. Number one is to bring awareness to the need for food here on Maui. I've been watching some other organizations get behind the cause. Some other agents I've noticed have been emailing and doing some things, and that's fantastic. But if you would do me a personal favor, please search up on YouTube or Google Maui Food Line. If you haven't watched that video yet, please, I ask you to watch that video at a very minimum. If you could share it on your platforms, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, your email, just share it, because that's how the word gets out about a need. And people have been very kind and have been donating to the Maui Food Bank, which is mauifoodbank.org. They've got a very sophisticated giving little, you know, platform that I believe is safe and secure, and the money's going to go to them. I'm not trying to raise any money for anyone else in any way, shape, or form, just for the Maui Food Bank. And the second thing is to bring awareness to Maui for a place to come visit and to make your travel plans. And of course, if you're in the market for real estate, I'd love to be your guide and help you buy some real estate here if that's your goal. And I've got kids to feed too. Got 2 in college, and you know, they're all teenagers now, so they eat. Let me tell you, we haven't gone to the food line yet, thank the Lord. But I didn't say the word yet. We're not going to go to the food line, but would be kind of cool to get some free food. Just kidding. Any of you that have teenagers know what I'm talking about. We go to Costco, and like 3 days later, it's like, oh, we got to go back to Costco again. They eat like horses, but it's all good. It's all good. I'm glad they're healthy and have an appetite. So let's just check it out real quick. One of the things I really been enjoying with these videos is showing you guys around. I know a lot of you are very familiar with Maui and come here on vacation a lot. If that's you, please do me a favor and please hit me in the comment section and hit your fellow audience members with any tips that you have for coming here on vacation. Shout out for any businesses. Let's say you've gone on an excursion right here and you want to name the company that you went with. Maybe it was Sail Maui. And just do a shout out and share with people, you know, those inside tips, if you will. I don't know about you, but when I watch a YouTube video, I watch it, but I'm also scrolling, reading the comments, and that's super helpful to hear from other people. I'm just the guy on the one wheel trying to think of stuff to say so you won't get too bored. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, it's the audience participation that makes such a huge difference, and I really am thankful for everybody that has been doing that and shouting out and recognizing different businesses here on Maui and other businesses in Hawaii. Okay, there's your famous Maui chickens. What's up, ladies? Huh? I bet you're hungry. And part of the reason I'm asking people to share these Maui Food Line videos is because, you know, let's just face it, there's enough money in the world that it just takes one person to write a check, and it just solves a lot of problems, you know? I believe that so much wealth is just tied up, not being utilized for good purposes. And if your heart is moved and you're one of those people that has got access to resources, release them. It's a good thing. What comes around goes around. Karma, all that good stuff, you know? I mean, when's the last time you drank from a shower head? Oh, so anyway, you know, it's just true. You know, if Larry Ellison can buy an island for $550 million, I guarantee you he's eating right. And the politicians and all those guys, you know, they got jobs. Their paycheck didn't go away. You know, I'm not going to get on any kind of political rant. I'm just saying that people that instigate these things, they should also have their food and money cut off. So then their thinking changes a little bit. They go, wow, I'd like to make my mortgage payment this month. What are we going to do, guys? You know, but of course, all the people, you know, imposing all these things on us, they're not being affected, right? Their paychecks are still going through. They're probably getting pay raises, probably giving themselves pay raises. So it's different when something is affecting you in a more of a personal way. So the best thing I could come up with is if we raise awareness to a need. I know that need can be fulfilled easily. Matter of fact, last night I mentioned the surf team here on Maui was not able to do their fundraisers. Now, yeah, it's just a surf team, right? It's not feeding families, but it's important. And if somebody out there is moved to donate some money to the surf team, the video I posted last night has got Coach Luke's number in the notes section. Call him up and say, hey, I'd love to donate to the Lahaina surf team. It's short board, body board, girls and boys. and they could definitely use the funding because that fundraiser has completely stopped. By the way, for those of you that have been curious, this is where Kahoma Village is. This is the entrance. This is a new development, and this is an awesome opportunity to own a brand new luxury townhome. Some are standalone, some are neighbors that you share a wall with. And this is a long-term only complex, if you will. You can't do any short-term vacation rental here. Waiting list was massive, and there is some quote-unquote affordable workforce housing in here. But this is a great opportunity, and this is an awesome neighborhood. Why? Because it's so close to Baby Beach, right? I mean, anything that is that close to a beautiful ocean like that is really makes it very, very worthwhile. Of course, brand new construction. When you walk through these things, you're like, huh, this looks nothing like the 1970s cinder block I looked at last week for 700 grand. So it's modern construction, it's beautifully done. I mean, it's very, very nice. So if you have an interest in one of these, let me know. I'm happy to help any way I can, buy or sell, but it's a great opportunity. Beautiful little neighborhood. I mean, look at it. It's all perfect. It's like a Hollywood set from you know, it's like a movie set from Hollywood. So yeah, I've learned that people are really sort of enjoying these little excursions that I'm on, showing different nooks and crannies of Maui. You'll quickly learn that I'm a huge fan of Maui. I do believe it's the best island to live on. There's a number of reasons for that. I could go into all those reasons, but I'll just share the number one reason. I think I shared it the other day. Access to white sandy beaches, number one. We have the most public access to white sandy beaches. You can pull right up in your car most of the time and just park right there. Surfing is intermediate, beginner and intermediate on the west side of Maui, whereas the other islands are all kind of massive waves typically, unless you're like Waikiki on a small day. But there's a lot of surfing opportunities on Maui for both intermediate, beginner, and advanced. Windsurfing capital of the world. So if you kind of get bored of surfing, you can go kiting or windsurfing. So there's very consistent wind here. And protection from hurricanes. Because we have I said our big brother, it's our big brother and our younger brother, the big island of Hawaii over to our east. It picks up a lot of the brunt of storms as they come through. Mauna Kea, the big mountain there. There's, I think, 4 volcanic mountains on the big island. They're very good at breaking up that energy, protects us. And also Maui has got the neighbor islands that you can see from the west side of Maui and also from the south side of Maui. So it just kind of gives you more of a feeling of, I'm not in the middle of the Pacific Ocean all by my little self. The neighboring island feeling just makes you feel good and warm inside. And also the other one I haven't mentioned this before, but Maui is sort of that perfect combination of nothing to do, yet there's something to do. You know, Kauai tends to be like, you know, Kauai, it's just sleepy. Love Kauai, don't get me wrong, but if you're gonna live there for any period of time, you know, you better be ready for that. Whereas Maui we have the, I'm gonna actually head down Front Street here a little ways, just for the heck of it. Maui has got the MAC, which is the Maui Arts and Cultural Center. That's pretty cool. We get concerts that come here. We have a lot of, you know, very famous musicians and Hollywood actors that live here, and they sometimes will perform, comedians at the MAC. And then, you know, so it has that entertainment factor. The other thing that's really cool when you live here is you're just a quick airplane flight to all these other neighboring islands. So it's not because you live on Maui you can't go have fun on Kauai every once in a while, or go to Oahu and go downtown and go shopping and hang out and get your fix at Haleiwa and watch all the surfing competitions. You can do all that, you know, but to come back home to a neighboring island that also has stuff to do, and also the restaurants here, you know, there's just you know, praying for the restaurants, obviously, that they all open up again. But we have some of the best restaurants, I believe, in all of Hawaii. And so I know a lot of people love to eat at restaurants. I know I do. By the way, I've done videos on Kahoma Village that we just went through. I've done a video on this, Puunoa Estates right here. This is a beautiful oceanfront condominium complex right here, high dollar. Also, you have Opukea and Hoonanea, which are also long-term complexes very close to Baby Beach on the other side of the highway. I've got videos I've done on each one of those complexes. I will put in links in the description. And then I'm just going to give you a quick shot of the ocean right here from this perspective. This is probably about halfway through the Baby Beach stretch of sand. And this is a public access point, so a lot of people don't know about this public access point, but there is public parking right here. And there's another access point on that end, which I'll go to in a moment. And then, of course, the access point down by Maalaea ramp where I just was at. Now, one thing I like to tell people is, what do you notice here that you don't see a lot of times on beaches? Shade, trees. And that's really cool when you come out here and you want to, you know, of course you can bring your umbrella, but to have some natural shade, that's pretty cool. All right, look at these people underneath this shade tree. That doesn't happen very often. We hurt for shade here a little bit. Matter of fact, you know you're from Maui when you get to a parking lot and you're hunting for that one spot that's got shade. I find myself doing that when I'm back on the mainland, even though it's not that hot. I'm still looking for shade. Because who wants to get back into a super hot car? You can see Maalaea still firing right there. Okay, I want you to see this, but we're also going to go down to the other public access point as well. Thumbs up if you've ever stayed directly on Baby Beach. Hit me in the comments. Let us know where you stayed, what it was like, if you recommend it. I know there's a few vacation rentals, legal short-term vacation rentals. I actually stayed in one a few years ago. Matter of fact, I'll probably pull up to it here in a moment and show it to you, because it's a really good one. But I talked about parking lots the other day. I don't know why, but it's good to know where to park. You know, I showed a video all the places that you can park over in Ka'anapali. So just to bring you up to speed on that, all the hotels have to provide some kind of access to the ocean and usually a little bit of parking. So they're not always, you know, 500 car lots, but there's always a little spot. So just keep an eye out for those, because it's a great way to get access without having to pay for parking or get frustrated driving around in circles. Obviously up here on the right, we've got the West Maui Mountains. Probably the one feature to me that drew me to this area. When I came here on vacation, I would look up at those mountains and I would say, is that real? I mean, are you kidding me? Just so beautiful, so dramatic with the rainbows in the afternoon and the steep, steep green banks. Sometimes when we get a very heavy rain, there will actually be waterfalls coming off the West Maui Mountains. It's very rare, but it does happen occasionally. All right, here we go. Now we're cruising down Front Street. By the way, this is the very north end of Front Street, just to orientate you. Oh yeah, that's right. I remember why I wanted to go down here. There was a audience member that wanted to see what's going on down there at Honu, Aloha, plate lunch. I think I can probably make it down there, if that's okay with you guys. Maybe we'll end up down there. Oh, wait a second, that's the other direction. Duh. Got turned around there for a second. My apologies. I'm actually closer than I thought. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's a nice Mercedes right there. It says Baby Beach Hale. That tells me it can be rented. Here's Ha'ole Keiki Seaside Villa. That can be rented. You know it's a legal vacation rental if they've got the little sign with the license number on there. So if you stay somewhere, make sure it's legal. Here's the one I stayed in right here. Baby Beach Nui Loa. There's their VRBO 509-328. Shout out. Book it up. It's a big, huge, beautiful home right on Baby Beach. Here's one that was on the market for a long time. Looks like it did sell, and we've got Lahaina palms. So there we go. That's not right on the beach. And then this is that Puunoa beach estates I mentioned earlier. I'll put a link to a video I made on this. This is a fantastic place to stay or to own. Yeah, Baby Beach is a special location. And that's what's really dawning on me making these videos. You know, so many people are telling me where to go and what to do, and I'm taking requests right now. So please, you know, hit me in the comments section if there's somewhere where you want me to go. I'm more than happy to do this. I've committed to doing this until at least October 15th. And here's the shoreline access right here to the other place you can access Baby Beach right here. Oh, here you go, look at this. They got a little community a toy. I don't know if that's COVID approved, but whatever. Okay, so here we go. Here's the other access, public access point. So you have 3 ways to get into Baby Beach. I'm in the sand here. I'm going to go as long as I can. Oh, one wheel's doing pretty good today in the sand. All right, here we go. Take you guys down to the water, is that all right? Get your Maui fix. Thumbs up if you need your Maui fix today. Here we are at the very, very south end of Baby Beach. You can see there's Lahaina town down there. Lahaina Harbor. And it's really got some big waves today. I can see it breaking right now, that break wall. Here we go. Get you right in that water. Beautiful shot of the palm trees up there. Yeah, coronavirus is treating them pretty good. They figured it out. We're just going to go to Baby Beach. Ah, homeschooling. You gotta love it. Okay, let's continue the tour. Actually, I'm going to head back because I want to hit those restaurants for you guys real quick that I mentioned that are the other direction. If you watched the video last night, I apologize for the shaky factor. Hunter was holding it in the truck, and I've got a 1-ton Dodge Ram, and it's a little bouncy, so I think he was doing the best he could under the circumstances. I would use a gimbal on the one wheel, but I've tried it and it's just, there's too much going on. And I think the one wheel keeps it pretty steady anyway. Hey, Tamura's is open. Thumbs up for Tamura's. Who knows what that is, huh? Anyone? That is some good poke and a liquor store. Really known for their poke. Once again, if we can keep the shout outs going, that'd be fantastic. I'm really hoping to promote some businesses on these videos, get some recognition, revive them, give them hope. They'll read and know, hey, the mainlanders are talking about me. There's hope. I can open up again. Oh wait, I went the wrong way. Here we go. And it was so funny. Yesterday I decided to have my son hold the camera so I'm legal. And then I totally forgot to put on my seatbelt. So I do actually wear my seatbelt. Thank you for your concern. But I actually do, like religiously, but I just, you know, I forgot. It's the beauty of YouTube, man. It keeps you very honest. Like you can't get away with anything. I made a video a few years ago called what nobody will tell you about Hawaii. It's sort of like the top 10 tips for people that are going to move here. I'll put a link in the description if you want to check it out. But in the video, I made it for people watching that aren't from Hawaii, right? That's my audience, people that are not from here. So I mentioned, you know, flip-flops, because that's what you guys call flip-flops. This is what I said, because I knew people from the mainland would be watching the video. So I said flip-flops. And I'm going to say I probably had 1,000 people comment, oh, hey, bro, slippers, what do you want, dumb howley? I'm like, yeah, man, hey, I'm talking to the people on the mainland. Leave me alone. But it's just hilarious. And you get it over and over and over and over again. It's like, where's my auto robot to respond to all of them? But it's all good. But man, I'm telling you what, you mess up, especially something like as near and dear as the word slipper. Oh, wow. That was exciting. Got that four-banger going. Snorkel Bob's right here. Where's the shark? There's usually this giant white shark, great white shark you can stick your head in and take a picture. They must have moved it for some reason. This was actually, when I came here on vacation, this was always where I got my snorkel gear. This was just the spot. You know, it's like a homing pigeon. I just came right back to the same spot every time. Huh, I bet they got the shark inside. And then this is actually my favorite scuba shop right here. Maui. Thumbs up if you guys have used this store. It's been here forever. It's a small shop, but they are awesome, man. Awesome. I hope they open up again. I really do. Love the owner. Great guy. They're just really easy to get along with. Been here forever. They're really into underwater photography. They got everything you need to get set up for that. Great shop. All right, here we go. Now this was, I'm going here because of a request, again, from an audience member that wanted to check out these restaurants. Now please keep in mind, if you're watching this video, it is not October 15th yet, so no one has come here since March. So these restaurants aren't open right now. There's a good chance they will be soon. But I'm just showing what's going on as of today. And also trying to give special recognition to those restaurants that did in fact open up early or stayed open through the entire pandemic, because that says something, you know. Okay, we're gonna cross the crosswalk here, and that brings me to, I know if I don't get like 300 thumbs ups from this alone, I have failed. This is the old Lahaina Luau. I made a video on this place. In my opinion, the best luau on Maui, hands down. Matter of fact, that's where I took my wife the night before we got engaged. I remember the Mai Tai just hit me really strong. Probably because I was in the sun all day long and, you know, empty stomach, but I was just sitting there looking at the ocean and just, wow. Look here, Aloha mixed plate, fantastic. On the beach dining right here. Love this place. Looks like they're still closed. I used to take my kids here on father-son sort of dates. I actually have a funny story about that. Check this out. I had actually just moved here, right? And I told the waitress, I said, hey, I'd like to try, you know, something really like local, you know, like really, I just want to try like the local food, you know? So she had me, I can't even remember the name of it. I'm going to feel like an idiot here in a minute, but is it Lau? And it's this pork dish, and it's like wrapped in these, you know, these, I think, taro leaves. So anyway, I was like, sounds good, man, hook me up. So she brings it, and I'm like, I'm ready to dig in, right? So she comes back after a few minutes, and she's like, you look like you're really having a hard time here. And I was just chewing, and I'm just like, nah. And I was eating the entire leaf. She's like, you need to learn something, my young friend. So anyway, you open up the leaves and eat the inside, but I was grinding the taro leaves, or I think that's what it's in. Okay, here we go. This is a fantastic restaurant. Now look, they are open. Best margarita on Maui, hands down. Thumbs up if you've been to Frida's. I always want to say Frida. Is it Frida? Freda? I think it's Frida's. That's a great place. Look at that, 2 to 8, Thursday through Sunday, starting October 1st. So they are already open. So in my opinion, that deserves a shout out, a cold margarita, and your business when you get over here. And they do have amazing margaritas. I used to sell them my limes And they put more fresh lime juice in those margaritas than you can fathom, and it's not cheap. So remember, Fritas. I hope I said that right. Aloha mixed plate. There's the Safeway we were in last night, just to orientate you. Across the street here. And then we're gonna get down to these last two restaurants for a shout out, because they are a major fan favorite. That is, of course, Honu Seafood and Pizza and the Maalaea Tavern. And here we are. Thumbs up, shout out if you've eaten here. What'd you think? How'd you like it? Did you love the waves splashing practically on your feet? They are open. Open for business. There we go. Dine in and take out. See? Things are happening. Now he's coming alive. Ooh, it smells good too. Practice aloha. Cool looking shirt, huh? And of course, here is Honu. I don't think they're open yet. Let's go around the side here and check it out. Maybe it's just Maalaea. But here's where you can sit right here and eat. I mean, can you imagine a better place to eat lunch? Okay, had to jump off the one wheel there to avoid an imminent collision. And now we're going to head back to Baby Beach. Trying to cover the microphone here so you don't get too much wind noise. Here's the wonderful Lahaina Cannery Mall. Shout out for the mall. They do free hula shows and some great stores in there. Maybe one of these days I'll show off what's at the Cannery Mall, but it's definitely a staple. And oh yeah, I want to show you if we can see the two condos I mentioned earlier, Opukea and Hoonanea, which are two long-term properties that kind of rival Kahoma Village, but on the other side of the highway. And you can kind of see on the right-hand side there is Opukea, and then Hoonanea would be to the left, right there. So those are a couple options to consider as well. And then we'll be back to Baby Beach here in just a moment. If you're a scuba diver, again, I mentioned this dive shop over here, but one of the reasons why this dive shop is in such a great spot is because Maalaea Ramp is one of the best places that you can shore dive. And I'm telling you, it rivals any boat dive that you can do here, in my opinion, in terms of sheer fish numbers. And I can only imagine. Matter of fact, I need to go dive that before, you know, everyone comes back. But see usually dozens and dozens of turtles, numerous white and black tip sharks, and just a lot of fish life on that Maalaea Ramp. And you can just walk right in and paddle out, and you are in scuba dive heaven. Max depth is maybe, you know, 25-30 feet, so it's a shallow dive, but you can pick up all your gear right there, do your dive here, boom, take it right back, and you know, you're done in 3 or 4 hours. So very convenient, won't cost you a lot of money, and you'll see a lot of fish. Garens. Here we go. All right, then we'll maybe just take a small, kind walk down the beach up here. And I wanted to shout out one more thing that I actually premeditated ahead of time. which I don't premeditate very much on these, but I did premeditate this. Here's the rig with the quiver in the back. You never know what board you're going to need. But I wanted to shout out real quick right here, Bob Ole. Thumbs up if you are familiar with Bob and his surfboards. That's a living legend right there. Lives right here on Maui, shapes all these boards to this day. He's an older guy, right? He's in his 90s, but he's still shaping. Matter of fact, I did an interview with him. I brought my GoPro in one day, and I just started shooting, you know. So I've got an interview with Bob Ole. Haven't published it, it's just sitting on my hard drive, but it's going to be cool. Someday I'm going to put it out, because I asked him, I said, Bob, so what's the secret, man? You know, you're in such good shape. I think he stopped surfing when he was like 80 something, and you're so healthy and you're so productive, and you're just, what's the secret? And he just says, you know, every day you have to wake up with a purpose. Every day. Work. Do something you love. Be passionate. And I'm just, you know, ad-libbing what he said. He said it in his Bob Ole kind of way, but that's a living legend. So if you are a surfing, person, and you want to own a piece of surfing history, this is one of the first guys to shape boards ever back in the 1950s. He was one of the top guys back then. So you can get a board shaped by him today and then put it on your wall or surf it someday. Best investment you'll ever make on a surfboard. And it'll be the best nose rider you've ever had. So thumbs up, shaka if you love Bob Ole. I know he is a revered member of the community here. So here we are, back at Baby Beach. I think it's almost time to go for a surf. If you notice, I'm getting smarter. I'm making these videos a little bit earlier in the day so I can have more time to go surfing and working, you know, both, don't get me wrong. But here we are, back at Baby Beach. Notice the number of people that we're contending with right now. Yeah. It's busy. Not even. And a nice beautiful shot over here of Maalaea Ramp. That's the dive spot. You put in right here, kick out. If it's high tide, you're good. If it's low tide, just be careful, get a little shallow on the kick. And then all the diving is past where those two people are. That's where the best diving is out there, because the ramp continued on. Island of Molokai right there, our neighboring island. Of course, Lanai right there. So I think with that, I'm going to conclude today's live session. Say aloha. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. If you could please watch the Maui food line video. I'm not going to let it go. I'm not going to let it go. There's little kids that need to eat. Watch it. Please share it. If you can, donate to mauifoodbank.org. Of course, if you're ever in the market for real estate, I'd love to help you. If you need an agent on another island, I know some of the best. I just refer you to the good ones. They're not even like on my team or like little underlings. They're just like people that'll take great care of you. So I'm committed to helping you. If there's a place that you want me to check out here on Maui, please let me know. I'd love to go do it. I can't promise I can hit them all, but I'm having a good time doing this with you guys. I know it's a little different, but I'm having a blast. I really am. This is fun. This is cool. And thanks to everyone that's reaching out with the encouragement. And we're going to get through this thing. Everyone's going to start thinking logically again. And we're going to get this country back in gear, and Hawaii along with it. Thank you so much. Aloha. Till next time. See you tomorrow. Eric West out.